Sarah Blake sat alone. The new girl. The cheerleader. The one everyone whispered about but few bothered to know. She wasn't shy. She was quiet. And there's a difference. Because behind those thoughtful green eyes and graceful cheer moves was the daughter of a soldier who taught her more than just discipline, he taught her how to survive. 3 months ago, Sarah's life changed completely. After growing up on military bases and moving around every few years, she thought she was used to starting over. But this town, this school, was different. Everyone already had their circle. Everyone had their history. And girls like Jessica Moore made sure no outsider ever felt like they belonged. Sarah made the cheerleading squad within her first 2 weeks. She didn't try to stand out, she just practiced, focused, and landed every jump. Some girls admired her, but Jessica? She felt threatened. It started with whispers in the locker room. She thinks she's better than us. I heard she only got on the squad because her dad's military. Then came the pranks. Missing pom-poms. Switching music at practice. Nasty memes circulating in group chats. But Sarah said nothing. Her father had taught her that words are just noise until you give them power. That day in the cafeteria was different. Jessica walked over with Trevor, captain of the soccer team, and Lacey, her constant shadow. Their laughter was fake and sharp like broken glass. Jessica slapped a folded piece of paper onto Sarah's tray. Thought you'd like your cheer routine back. We gave it a little remix. Sarah unfolded it. Crude drawings. Ma Corey. Her name twisted into a cruel nickname, Soldier Barbie. The whole table behind them burst out laughing. Trevor added, "Did your daddy teach you how to skip like that too?" Sarah's chest tightened. But not with fear. With memory. She saw her dad in her mind, standing in their garage, holding out a practice stick, challenging her to stay balanced on a wobble board. "You're not learning to fight, baby girl," he'd said. "You're learning control. You're learning when to stand still and when to strike." Sarah looked up. Her hands relaxed. Her breathing slowed. Then she stood. The room seemed to tilt with her. "You really want to see what my dad taught me?" she said, voice calm as steel. Trevor smirked. "What are you gonna do, cheer us to death?" The next second was a blur. Trevor stepped toward her. Sarah pivoted, weight low, center steady. In one sharp move, she swept his leg, and his feet shot out from under him. He crashed to the ground with a thud that echoed through the cafeteria. Jessica's mouth dropped open. She lunged at Sarah, swinging a hand toward her face. But Sarah stepped aside, caught Jessica's wrist midair, and twisted it downward gently, just enough to make her buckle and stumble into a tray of food. Lacey shrieked and ran behind a table. Dead silence. Then someone clapped. A single clap. Then more. By the time Sarah sat back down, dozens of students were on their feet, cheering not for a cheerleader, but for courage. And Jessica? She scrambled out of the room, red-faced and soaked in pudding. Later that afternoon, Sarah sat in the principal's office. Principal Donovan cleared his throat. "Sarah, we don't tolerate violence here." "I understand, sir. But I've also seen 3 bullying reports with Jessica Moore's name on them this semester." He leaned back, eyes softer now. "What you did wasn't ideal. But maybe it was necessary. Just, try not to turn the lunchroom into a dojo next time." Sarah gave a small smile. "I'll try." That night, she video called her dad. He answered in uniform, backdrop showing tents and sand. "Hey there, Sergeant," Sarah said, saluting playfully. "What happened?" he asked, eyes narrowing. Sarah told him everything. The bullying. The cafeteria. The moment she remembered his training. Her dad leaned back and smiled, a proud, quiet kind of smile. "I always knew you were ready," he said. Then, more seriously, "Proud of you for staying in control. Real strength isn't in the strike. It's in knowing when to use it." The next day, something changed at school. Sarah walked through the hallway not as the new girl, but with respect. Not from fear, but from understanding. Even Jessica, now quieter, didn't make eye contact. Sarah wasn't trying to become anyone's hero. She just wanted to be left in peace. But now, when other students faced taunts or teasing, many of them turned to her. And she helped. She taught a few self-defense moves. She listened. She encouraged. Sarah had become something her father always believed in. A leader. Final message, voiceover style. Strength isn't about being loud. It's not about fighting to be seen. It's about standing firm when no one else will, and knowing your worth even when others try to mock it. Sarah didn't throw the first insult. She didn't seek revenge. But when she was pushed too far, she stood tall, not to hurt, but to show others, you don't mess with quiet strength. You don't mock what you don't understand. And you never underestimate the girl who was raised to rise.